So you're thinking about moving to Flagstaff, Arizona? Well, my name's Tammy, and today I'm going to talk to you about how we travel to and from Flagstaff. If you're like me, sometimes you need to get out of town and go do something fun. So I want to talk to you guys about how do you get here. The easiest way to get here would be to use our Flagstaff airport. It's very, very tiny. I wouldn't even call it a terminal. It's just one location. And the planes are small and they typically fly just straight to Phoenix. There's maybe 40 people on the plane and it'll go to Phoenix and then you'll catch your connecting flight and move on from there. Sometimes I think we've had other airlines come into town. I'm not sure if they always work out because it's a very small airport. We only have a population of about 60,000, but then we also have a bunch of students and we have surrounding small towns and then a Native American reservation that has a lot more people that also use our town. But as far as Flagstaff itself, the population is around 60,000. So the airport is small. A lot of people do use it. You can park over there for free right now. I would imagine at some point in time they'll start charging for parking, but right now it's free. So there are goods and bads about using the Flagstaff airport. The good is that it's super convenient. It's a very short drive to the airport. You can park your car for free and off you go. The bads are that there's very limited times that you can actually catch a flight. It's like 3 times a day, morning, midday, and night. And if you're trying to catch a flight out of Phoenix going somewhere else, it may not be as convenient as you'd like it to be. The second reason why Flagstaff Airport isn't as fantastic is because they tend to have like a mechanical issue that might delay your flight, or it might be snowing, or it's too windy. There's lots of different reasons why they cancel a flight or they just delay a flight. And once something is delayed, then of course you miss your connecting flight as well. And so after having that happen once or twice, a lot of us are like, forget it, I'm driving to Phoenix. Phoenix is a 2-hour drive from Flagstaff. It's 2 hours from here to the airport. There are parts of Phoenix. When we say Phoenix, we mean the entire Valley of Phoenix. That's just how we call it. If you're in Phoenix and you say Phoenix, someone's like, this is Scottsdale, this is not Phoenix. And then you realize that there's like 25 cities down there. But for us, we call it the Valley or we call it Phoenix. So to get to the airport, it's about 2 hours. If there's traffic, it could be 2 hours and 15 minutes, 2 hours and a half hours. It just really depends on what time of day you're going. And then of course you still have to park, hop on the SkyTrain and get to the airport. So you do need to have, at least 3 hours before you need to be at your gate that you leave Flagstaff. So that's what I typically do. I feel like I can find a cheaper option out of Flagstaff, but when you add up the gas money and parking, it's about the same price. So if you can be flexible and you're not too controlling about your airfare and time schedule like I am, then flying out of Flagstaff is a great option. So my family and I, we typically go out of Phoenix, and we never have any trouble with it. Our car is always there. Another option, if you got home to Phoenix and you couldn't get to Flagstaff, there is a shuttle. It's called Groom Shuttle. So if you just want to fly to Phoenix, you can take the shuttle and it's like $45 each way. You do need to book it online. And I think it's cheaper if you do it round trip. So it's like $80 round trip, whereas it would be about $90, $45 each way. From the Phoenix airport, Groom Transportation goes to Prescott. I think it might even go to Tucson, but coming up north, it goes to Prescott, Sedona, and Flagstaff. So you will hop in the van that takes you to your destination. You do not have to make all the stops along the way. They just say, hey, if you're going to Flagstaff, here we go. And it has a desk right by the baggage claim in the Phoenix airport, so it's very easy to find. And it's also a great option if something goes wrong, like someone was supposed to pick you up and they can't get there. Maybe you have a family emergency and you need to get up here quickly. Fly to Phoenix and then hop on the shuttle. The shuttle leaves like every hour. The only problem with the shuttle is if it's snowing, like we've been getting a ton of snow lately, and sometimes they may not travel because of the snow. As far as the snow goes, everything around us, the roads are totally fine. It's just about 10 to 20 miles surrounding Flagstaff in any direction. North, east, west, south. Within 10 miles, the roads are going to be kind of scary and there could be roads closed down. Once you get beyond that 10-mile perimeter, you're totally fine because you're going to be going down in elevation, and so there's not going to be all the snow. There's not going to be an issue. Okay, so we've talked about the Flagstaff airport. The Phoenix airport is a great option. You can either rent a car there or you can hop on the shuttle. And a third option is the Las Vegas airport. which when I'm searching for airfare, I want to get there as cheap as possible so I can spend more money at my location, wherever I'm going. So sometimes we'll drive to Las Vegas. It's a 3.5 hour drive. And then of course you still might have to, pay for parking, or if you have a friend, I have a cousin there. So we're going to use his house as a hotel. And it's actually just not that bad. If you were coming to Flagstaff and you're just a tourist, you could fly into Las Vegas, you could rent a car, you could stop at the Grand Canyon along the way. There is this like really cool walkway that's a glass walkway. I've never been there, but I know that there's a turnoff between Las Vegas and Kingman if you would like to do that. And then you'll drive through Kingman and straight out here. You could also stop in the town of Williams, which is a fun place to stop. It's very old town, lots of cute restaurants and diners and just little memorabilia, touristy kind of locations. So that would be a fun but long day trip if you decided to go that way. And then of course, if you just want to stay in Vegas for a few nights and then make Flagstaff an extended part of that vacation, I highly recommend that as well. And then finally, the last couple of options to get in and out of Flagstaff, we do have an Amtrak train that comes through our town. We have a location downtown for that, and I've never taken it. It's cheaper, but it takes a lot longer to get where you're going. And then of course we also have a Greyhound location as well. So I've also never taken a Greyhound, but those are just options where it's really inexpensive, but much more inconvenient because of the time. So those are all of my options if you're trying to get in and out of Flagstaff. And also I was gonna let you know, if you fly into Phoenix, on your way up, there are a lot of beautiful things that you could see along the way. One of them is this wildlife zoo called Out of Africa, and it's in Cottonwood, Arizona. It's just right off the freeway. They have like a tiger show, and they have giraffes that you can feed, and a little safari. They have zip lining. It's really fun. And then of course you're also going to be passing Sedona on your way up the hill. So if you wanted to, you could stop into Sedona and do a hike, walk around, whatever you like to do. They also have hot air balloon rides, which I would really like to do someday, but I think they leave at like 5 or 6 in the morning, so you'd actually need to stay the night there, so you're on site and on location. Anyways, there's so much fun opportunities here in Flagstaff, just in northern Arizona in general, and I just wanted to help you guys find out how to get here. If you have any questions, or if you would like me to make any videos on any specific topic about Flagstaff, definitely let me know.